Hey folks, this is Jared Francis, and this is another episode. Well, you knew that. Well, you know it's another episode, otherwise you wouldn't be watching. But it's the Irritation channel, the place where I just talk, no one listens, and then I have a cup of milk. Actually, I don't have milk because it kind of makes me vomit. But anyway, not that I have. What's that disease? Help me out. What's that disease? What's the disease?
Lactose intolerance.
Yeah, lactose intolerance. So that's my wife. She's awesome. Damn sexy, especially when she's eating cereal. Very sexy. But anyway. I want to talk to the fellas today because, as a male, at least last time I checked, even though some people say that my wife carries my set in her purse, but as a male, I discussed this in my book concerning women and the fact all the disrespect that women seem to get. Even today, I mean, you got women who've been Secretary of State and might be president one day, even though that scares my wife. You got women who've run companies. Women have done all these wonderful things. Yet, when it comes down to the thumbs and tacks of things, men look at women as simply as vaginas and buttocks and anuses and boobs. You gotta call it what it is. We look at them as people to conquer. We look at them as, even today, as not as smart as we are, even though for some reason they figured out how to outlive us on average of 5 to 15 years. So something must be going right. The weakness part, which is very comical considering the fact that besides living all that time, they give birth to human beings. Now, I want you to think about this for a minute, and I've mentioned this in my book, okay? You take a whole, okay, and you figure most kids on average weigh, let's just say how the kid weighs, what? 7 pounds? We'll go further out. Let's say 7 pounds. Okay, healthy kid, 7 pounds. And they have to push this 7-pound piece of flesh and bone through something this big. I don't know, I'm not even close, but this big. Okay, and then it gets stretched and it gets ripped. Kind of like, like paper. Same sound. It's not particularly pleasant. I know I witnessed my first son's birth. Worst horror movie I have ever seen. There's no CGI to replace the birth of a child. And my wife, even though she had some good drugs, and I think it was beginning to wear off if memory serves, did that. Okay, all those guys who brag about their gigantic junk and everything else, you have nothing on when it comes to giving birth. Okay, giving birth is one of the most beautiful and disgusting experiences you'll ever witness. It's just sickening. So going back to where I was going, women should have the highest regard, should have, hell, you should kiss their feet, not in terms of being subjugated to them, but just out of absolute respect. And look what they put up with. They put up with us. Our bravado, our arrogance, our ignorant things that we think, the reason that we start wars and cause all the crap in the world, the majority of the things that have taken place on this planet is because of men. But yet we got the ladies here who supposedly are bitches. And I mentioned in earlier shows about the word bitches and everything else. Now a woman, yes, can be the bitch. And some people are naturally a bitch. Some people are just not very nice. Let's just call it what it is. But with that being said, in my experience, I've seen women become bitches because men act like jackasses. So it's kind of like math. Jackass plus disrespecting women equals bitch. It kind of works out. It's kind of like better than 1 + 1 = 2. It's comical. And I just wish that guys can appreciate that ladies, especially if you have a good one. And I'm not just talking about the one that can, suck a watermelon for a straw, even though wonderful talent. We're talking about the person that you can grow old with. The person that, when you are going first, let's call it, most guys tend to go first. There's more widows than widowers, let's call it what it is. They're going to take care of you and appreciate it when you respected them when you were strong and young. It's just something I just never quite understood. And this is why films like Fatal Attraction, for people who might be too old, you might want to Google that. That's probably well beyond you guys' time, come to play. Because if you push a woman too far, a woman's intelligence will kick in and that vengeance thing will kick in. And things generally don't end well for us, whether it be divorce or, boiled rabbits, or something like that. But I just wish guys would just sit. If you have a good woman, if you're watching this and you have a good woman, give them a kiss and say, I appreciate what you do. I appreciate everything you do. I appreciate being the mom of my kids. I appreciate just being you. The ladies need to get the respect that they deserve, and I wish that some guys would take the antiquated Rob Cramden to the moon mentality that some men still have today and respect them as equals. Maybe I'm talking because supposedly my testicles are my wife's purse, but that's not the case. It's the simple fact that my mother taught me to respect women, so that way, starting with me, and hopefully I teach my sons that they also respect women, and then we can start this train the right way. The same thing goes with racism and all the other ignorant crap that we do. Anyway, I got to go because I have to watch Survivor. It's very important because, it's getting close to the end of the show, and we need to find out who wins the $1 million. And I'm a reality junkie to the chagrin of my friends. I just can't get into Games of Thrones, even though I heard it's a fantastic show. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. As usual, if you guys have something to throw out and want me to complain and rant on, please post to the page. Until the next time, anything you'd like to say, darling? She doesn't say much except when I get in trouble. Then I have to go like this. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later.